One, two, three. Looks like we're here. Camera's facing the right way. What's up, guys? It's DIY Arch. Going live again. I think this will be the third time this week. Yesterday I had to wait for some packages to come in, which finally came in. A little peek there. And we're going to go ahead and go over a little bit of the DIY Arch checklist and maintenance guide like we do every time I go live. I hope you're having a good Friday. Hope everybody's relaxed, ready for the weekend, get that paycheck. And let's get our chill on, huh? Make sure you guys are having plenty of hydration. Get yourself some rest, get ready for the parties this weekend, right? Make sure you take your vitamins. Be careful with all that medication. Stretch if you're going to be into sports this weekend. Football weekend too, so I know everybody's out messing around. Be careful out there driving. That's a big deal. And that's what this is all about. Make sure you guys are staying healthy. Make sure that car's looking good on the road. Make sure you guys are staying out of the way of trouble. Broken cars, wrecks, any of that kind of stuff. So here's a couple things in the book I want to go over. We went over some stuff last other day with about the tires and wheels and brakes. We went over a little bit of battery and electrical systems. Now make sure you're checking your filters and belts. Let's see, we got the wiper blade replacements, air filter replacements. Get a little bit of reflection, but not too bad. Let me see how that's looking. All right. Yeah, oil changes. You gotta make sure you're on that stuff. Checking the brake pads. And the season's coming. It's almost winter. So make sure you guys are checking your coolant. Make sure you got that 50-50 mix in there. And if you don't, make sure you get it that way, because you got to have that water with the coolant. Most of the days they have it already 50-50 mix. So make sure you just get the right color for your ride. And that was a couple things I want to go over with that. And we won't be needing the air conditioner. Make sure your heaters are working for the winter coming up. It's still warm out. So let's see what else we got in here. Headlights, make sure you guys got your headlights work. You don't want your tail lights to be busted on you, because then the cops are going to pull you over. You don't want to get pulled over. So this is a cool little booklet to have. That way you can just get the heads up every once in a while if you're a new driver. Or you got someone who's starting to drive, or you're not familiar with all things about cars. You can always come and check on this little booklet. It's free. You can download it off of the website. Just check us out on DIY Arch. Go in the description, and there's a link in there to our website. And give us an email, and you can get this DIY maintenance checklist and guide for free. And it'll keep you up on that vehicle. That way it should stay running. But on the last page here, there's some tools that you want to have. So we got your ratchets and sockets. Those are important to have. And we got links for all these down below, guys. I like to show these tools. And if you want to get some at a good, decent price, you can always, we got them on we got a Temu link. So you can get your hands on that Temu link. These things are a little bit dirty over here. Let me see if I can clean that a little bit with a paper towel. So if you're looking for products, we got that in the description below. You can just hit the link. It'll send you right in there and show you the products that you're looking for, and we can get it right to you. So some of the tools that you need are ratchets and sockets. So here's your ratchet. That's how she's gonna work. There's an extension for your socket. And here is a socket. See, this is for a larger size one. And then these come in different sizes too. They get smaller and another size larger. And that mates to that, goes onto there. And then you got your forward and reverse. There's your lefty. That's gonna loosen your bolt or your nut, whatever you're doing. Click that to the other side, it's gonna tighten it. So that's your socket. Gotta make sure you get one of those sits. They work out for you pretty good. These will save you a lot of time with your working and you're working, so get your hands on a socket, that's a good deal. Then you got your end wrenches. These are nice if you're trying to break a nut or a bolt. You want to use an end wrench on that. You don't want to use the open end of it. Once you get it, if it's super tight, put some WD-40. Use the full circle end on that when you put it on the nut or the bolt. Otherwise, this thing is going to want to flex. And then it's not, yeah, whoa, that went crazy. So this thing is going to want to flex if that bolt or nut is too tight. So get you some WD-40 or the PB Blaster, spray it on that nut and bolt, give it a little bit of time, and then come back and use this side. I wouldn't even use a socket. I've actually broken the gears in the socket, so get you a good solid end wrench. And if you got a tight one, do not put one of these on it. If you got a tight nut or a bolt, you want to not put this on there. These are for stuff that's already kind of loose. This will ruin a nut or bolt, and it'll just strip it out and make it a circle. So open end wrenches, we also got them down below if you need that kind of stuff. Sweet, that's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. All the way from Russia. Cool, man. So if you need an open-end wrench, that's going to work pretty good for you. And then you also got a crescent wrench, and these are for, you know, lighter duty things. This will get some jobs done. But if you're trying to something that's going to be a challenge, you're going to want these ones. And all these are in the links below. You can go into the Temu, check that out, and get you a discount one in there. There's still some decent equipment in there. But if you're looking for better stuff, you can always find that on different sites. But if you're just working around the house, you're not a super mechanic, just a decent little set of work for you. It's if you're going every day and you want something like that. And if that's your gig, go for it. That's not a problem either. So you want to have a nice little crescent wrench. You got your open-end wrench. You're also going to have your sockets. And all this booklet's going to tell you all these things that you're going to need. How you going to remember? All you got to do is download this packet, and then they'll have it there for you. And then you just go into the store or search these things up, and they'll tell you, you know, I need to get some wrenches. They're going to pop up wrenches, maybe some crescent wrenches. You look for nuts, bolts, and screws. They'll show them pop up. A ratchet socket set. So this is pretty vital when you're working on a car. You need a socket set, and you need your open-end wrenches. And all them are in the links below if you need them. And if not, you gotta just come and check us out. I got plenty of videos to show you how to do this stuff. But this is really nice to have because you can mark on these. If you put some laminate on them, then you can come back with a marker and just mark them all up with all the information you need. So if you're able to, so if you're looking for the wrenches, at least you can tell the guy, hey, go get this, and also need a set of pliers. So give this to the dude, let someone know, or if you gotta remind yourself later, what is it? Then you could just go to your checklist, check it all off, nice and free, and then when you're done, you just smear it away. So I'd say get this free download. It's a digital download. All you gotta do is print it. Once you print it, then of course it's gonna be in paper, but I wouldn't want you to spend a bunch of money. Just laminate this thing, and you can get a roll of that also on the Temu link below. Real quick, laminate it, and then you can mark on it. So you can make sure you guys got your ear protection, your hearing protection, gloves for when you're getting in there, boots, make sure you wear that, respiratory protection. You got a little checklist for yourself, and that's free. Even if you don't want it on paper, you can have it on your phone just to keep it tight. And that goes for checking your oils and all that stuff too. So we got that. Then of course you got your screwdrivers. All these are down there too. So you can buy a whole set of just different size screwdrivers. So it's not necessarily that you're going to need one screwdriver. You're probably going to need a little skinny one, and then you're going to need this fat one, and then you're going to need this narrow one to go somewhere and can't nobody reach. So there's a couple of those screwdrivers that you could use that you can get at. These are Phillips, so there's different kind of tips. You got a Phillips head, which is basically a plus. It goes straight across like that. Might be a little tough. We're going to work on that camera, but you can see how it's got that head on it. It's got the plus in it, and then this is just your flat head. This is what all the old school timers used to use, was these. Try to stay away from them. They're pretty good for prying or moving clamps. But if you got screws or anything like that, if you can take them away from this method and bring them into this or even a nut, then it'll probably work better. So if you're looking for screwdrivers, Phillips screwdrivers, small, skinny, long, tall, we got that link below to get your little collection going. If you want to start getting some tools without having to break your wallet, just go into them Temu links, grab you a cool little set. If you got some major projects, and make sure you use some good solid tools. If you're going to try to lift your car, make sure you get something that's not the cheapest thing in the store. Make sure you go after something that's at least getting a 4 or 5 star. Although if something's going to put you in risk and healthy risk or something like that, make sure you spend the extra buck to get something quality. If it's something you're just going to be running through, grab what you need. Now there's one other thing I want to say about that. So one other product, that's a deep socket. So there's another difference in the socket. So you have a short socket and then a deep socket. So sometimes you'll get to a nut or a bolt and there'll be a rod sticking along in there, and you'll have to get that thing in there like a spark plug almost. So you get a deep socket and a short socket. So when everyone asks, why you got so many different tools? Different scenarios, that's why. Different scenarios. But yeah, so every day we want to make sure we get going. Show you guys a couple tools that we got. And yeah, like we were talking about the jack stands at the end. So we kind of went over the screwdrivers, Phillips screwdrivers, you know, precision screwdrivers, which might be tall or small or big or fat. Nuts and bolts, what you and I might be needing to attach some stuff, wrenches, ratchets. And your nuts and bolts, sometimes you break off a nut and a bolt like your oil pan. If you break that off, you could go to the store and replace it. So don't freak out. And they also have back out, remove damage or stuck bolts. So a bolt and screw extractor set. So if you manage to break one of them off, it's still possible to get those off. But at that point, you're going to need a drill too to get that stuff off. So I just want to go over a couple basic cool quick tools this morning. And the other day we went over, you know, health, staying hydrated, and safety things in the garage, and a little bit of maintenance you can do. And there's just a little bit of some of the tools that we could use, which is going to help you out to keep that car running. And then the last thing we were going to get at, kind of talked about the jack stands, and then just the pliers. You know, you guys need some decent pliers. Keep that in the toolbox. Got to have a monkey wrench. These are the vice grips. So these are the ones that you actually clamp down and it locks. So it's going to stay in that position until you release this clamp back here. Some of them have a clamp. I think this one might have busted off. She's a little bit older. But they have a little tooth right there, or this one right here just reacts quick for you. Pop that up and then it'll unlock. Otherwise, whatever you're holding, you can just leave it there. And then it pops free. It's got a little adjuster back here. So if your bolt's really long, big, then you can put it on like that. All right, so that's that. So I just want to make sure we go over a little bit of safety, some tools that you guys need access to. You can get them down below. Appreciate you guys checking us out. We're out here to mess around. And like I was saying, I got a bunch of speakers. I was saying earlier this week that I had so many speakers that I got. I've just been testing them, and I figured might as well go live and test them. Because that would be sweeter than just sitting here bored. All right. So here is the automotive checklist, and that's your guys' for free. If you want to go get this, you can download it. It'll help you to change your oil, check your antifreeze, make sure your windshield wipers are going, tire pressure, how to change your tire, all kind of cool tips are in here. And then also, you also have access to DIY Arch on YouTube. So you can come watch the videos. We take tires off. We'll do the oil changes. I'm not rebuilding no transmissions. I'm not going to rebuild a carburetor, nothing like that. But we can get the basic fundamentals down. And sometimes it lucks out. And I end up fixing an AC that I take to a mechanic, and they can't, for some reason, they couldn't do it. So I end up fixing my own AC just by using YouTube. So sometimes you could score. So that's free. If you guys want that, go ahead and download it. Another thing that's free that actually makes you money is gonna be the Upside app. And that costs you nothing. All you need to do is have a debit card or Cash App card, some kind of credit card, and you link it to the Upside. And this is free, guys. So basically, if you want to start making a little money, go ahead down in the link below. If you're buying groceries, if you go to the convenience stores and get snacks, if you buy gasoline for your car or truck, this is going to give you money back. And if you go to the link below, it'll give you an extra 25% back on your first fill up. And all that stuff's free. So I'm not asking $1 from you guys. So it's not like I'm making money. I'm actually showing you how to make money. And with the Upside, grab that app. If you use my link, I'll have a code for you once you get into it. Put that code in and it's give you that 25% extra off. And once you get the app, if you got friends, you can make $10 a pop just by sharing it yourself. So, and every time you go to the store, which you go anyway, you're gonna make money. So I'm not asking anything from you guys, so I don't want you to think that I'm getting anything in this. But this is what's going on right there. So if you could put the Upside and then the automotive checklist together, then you're working, and it's all for free, and money's in your pocket. So let's go ahead and get to the next one. Let's see. Cash App. Yeah, the Upside is slick. So you can even check this out. Upside is legit right here. So what you do, you go to Upside, you download the app, claim the cashback offer. It goes for any location where you're at. Go shopping as usual. Once you're done, use that card that you have linked with your Upside, and then automatically within a couple days, that money will be put into your Upside account, and then you could decide what you want to do with it. So basically, you can look at a chart like this, and this will tell you how much money you can make a week. And this doesn't cost, I'm not asking $1 from you guys. I'm actually asking you to go ahead and get your own $15 a month if you want. Because if you spend $200 at gas and you go to the restaurants a couple times, about $200, and you spend on groceries about $280, which is not, most people spend around the average around $400 a month on groceries. So if you could put an extra $20 back in your pocket every month, you know, 20 times 12, that's $210 right there. That's $240 right there that you could walk away with. And that's lowballing it, guys. So you can easily make $20 a month just by downloading this app. If you buy gas, go to the restaurants or the grocery store. And we all do that stuff, so there's no reason that you don't have this app. And even if you got the Cash App, you can order a debit card. So if you get that, you just link it right up to that, and that'll work. So these things are free, guys. Other than that, you got to buy the wrenches, you got to buy the sockets, and you got to buy all the tools, vice grips, nuts and bolts. All that is, you're gonna have to pay for that. But the upside is free, and I really try to push those ones the most because you ain't got to pay a dime, and that's awesome. Upside is free, and so is the automotive checklist. This is gonna keep your car running. That's gonna give you discounts on food and gas. So I don't know anybody who doesn't go eat food. So I mean, if you want that, there it is for you. And when the time is right and you want to try it, go ahead and check it out. But this is the site. You could literally tell them I spend $400 a month in gas, and this is just the average. Sometimes they'll even give you more back because they'll have specials. So if it's like Father's Day or like Labor Day, this last Labor Day, if you shared your app with anybody, you get extra $10. So like I said, you don't have to pay for it. If you go to restaurants a lot, which it's hard to these days with the way bills are, but groceries, so like I said, the average is around almost $500 a month for people to do groceries and around $200 and something for the gas. So you could easily make around $30 a month. And this app is free. All you got to do is download it and then just click the button saying I want to go to this store, and the money's yours. So all right, guys, that's all we're going to get into with that. So if you guys need that upside, it's there. If you're looking to build a YouTube channel, we got that. If you need some energy for this Friday's weekend, we got Java Burn, something to put into your coffee, get you pumped up. We also got ProDenum. It's a probiotic. Also, you check the website. We just have all kinds of cool advice, tips. You could just join the email where we'll be giving you good advice and sending you like coupons regularly. And also, we got the Temu. So we also have that for the tools, and that has all kind of stuff. And then we also have car audio with Sonic Electronic, which we got stereos, amplifiers, subwoofers, car speakers, and a couple tools to make those kits work. So, all right, I appreciate y'all checking it out. Let's go ahead and get into this. That was all business. But I just want to make sure everyone's happy. If you need an extra couple bucks, get that upside. If you need a little bit of advice on your car, check out our channel or grab the download. So if things ain't right, here's a little something free for you. Maybe a couple bucks in your pocket might help. And that don't hurt nobody. So I appreciate y'all checking that. And also with this, you're gonna get a calendar. So every year I'll be sending you a new calendar for this too. And then you can keep all that together. All right, let's get into this. Today is something special. Now let's go ahead and get onto YouTube. Check that out. But today I got my hands on a power supply. This is a converter. This is going to convert AC power into DC power. I got this. Got a little manual here, power supply. This will actually run a 1,000-watt audio car amplifier. So we're gonna go and check this out. You gotta get it wired up, plug it in. It's got a positive and negative. And then you hook that to your car audio in your house, or if you got a shop, and then you're able to run the stereos and demo them for people that want to try them. So that's what we're gonna do. I got some older stereos here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Got an old Pioneer we're gonna try out. I'm gonna plug that bad boy in. Show you what all those cords do back there. Oh, what else we got? Then we got an old Kenwood. Let's see if that one even fires up. This one's got missing buttons. I think this is the newer one, and it's got missing buttons. So that's another reason I haven't done too good with Kenwood. I did like their speakers, but I don't know about their woofers. I mean, I like their speakers and woofers, but I don't know about their stereo so much. All right, let's peek this out. All right, this is converter, guys. AC to DC. So house power is going to be converted to DC power to run some other stuff. Let's get into this bad boy. All right. Power cord there. Red's always positive, black's always negative. Get that bad boy out once we get this hooked up. So you guys will be right part of evolution. We'll see where we are in a couple months from now. But you're actually getting to see the installation of all these little toys we got. It's got a cooling fan in the back. Man, temperature control. Total load power can exceed 80%. Let me see, y'all smell that? It smells a little funky. Hopefully she works good though. Let's check it out. All right, so we got that. Go ahead and set that right here. Don't need the box. Let's see what's in here still. There was a box. You wouldn't believe it. So I got this yesterday. It came in. I was hoping to show it off yesterday, but I didn't get it. Come to find out, I look on my phone. I got a picture of it, and it's at my neighbor's house. And my neighbor has had it since 12 o'clock the day before. So he basically was trying to keep it. And then he gave it to me, and then it was opened up already. I was like, this was incredible. And the guy says, I don't have his glasses. How could you not have your glasses? You're at your house. You know what? You got to deal with people, right, guys? Right on. Let's see what we got going here. I'm bumping that puffer man right there. All right, let's check these out here. So this is more for a permanent connection. So these are also used in RVs. So you could mount this somewhere in your RV and then plug all your power into it. All your DC power so you can get a AC converter and run everything. Some of them aren't set with enough power, so you add on, if you're gonna add like car audio to your camper, put a subwoofer or something, might not have enough amps or power or wattage to run it. So you might have to purchase one of these things for the conversion, because you don't want to steal all your DC power from your RV or your camper, because it's running all your lights. So if you can, car audio takes a lot with the speakers jumping back and forth and moving around. All right, let's check this out. Nice. There we go. Highlight these a little bit. There, that ink's starting to run out. There we go. Light that bad boy up. Let all that soak in. Do the same thing on the top. There we go. Cross those like that. Brighter idea where they are. All right, power converter set. Positive and the negative. Let's get that in a little. All right, now what this is going to do is plug in a car audio into this. Let's put some car audio putting inside of it. All right. Then we'll get the positive and the negative. Wait. All right, this bad boy's gonna give it up here. These nice little things. I wish they were rubber on the top though, because I think that could still short out on the top like that. This is all set. Now we got to do, yeah, that's for more of a permanent setting. Then you can put your wires in there, clamp it, lock it down, mount it, and brace it somewhere in your RV or some kind of power supply source that you're looking for. Put them right there. Alright, that bad boy's ready to go. All we gotta do now is give it some power. Plug this back in here. Let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in. I'm gonna get this thing going. Alright. It's just turned off. Both of these guys are away from each other. Alright. Power supply is set. Slide that over here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and check out this amplifier. This is a Pioneer. It's the AVHX277BS. These are all the wires. So your system control, this is gonna run your amplifier. This is gonna give power to your amp. Ooh, that's some old tape. We'll put that like that. But we do have some amplifiers. We'll hook them up in the future. So this goes to your remote in your car amplifier. You'll have your positive and your negative and your RCAs. RCAs will be coming from your stereo. Then this wire has to run all the way back there too with your RCAs. And this is when your radio turns on, then this system remote will turn your amplifiers on. So that's what that does right there. Then you got your red and your yellow. Your yellow is all time, so you have to hook that up to the ignition, special ignition one. That way your clock and all your settings won't reset. So you got to make sure this yellow one is set to the, I think it's the ignition one. So then you have your hot power, which is red, and then you got the ignition one that goes to that. For our scenario, we'll just hook these up to the positive. And then, of course, our black is always going to be the negative. So we're ready now. So we pretty much got the power we're going to need. And then we can start testing some speakers, what we got here. And this is a 4-channel stereo. So 2 in the front, 2 in the back. What we do got to do is locate them all, because I don't know who is who. None of these are labeled, but I think we managed to find one of them. So I'm assuming these purples are. We'll check them out. See, I think they're rear right on these purple ones. So let's get a speaker and we'll be able to test it. Test these out. We've got this little speaker just for testing purposes. First round, we'll get this, see what's up with this deck, make sure it works good. Then we'll move on to checking out the speaker system setup. So real easy. Got our ground wire. Let's go ahead and clip that bad boy. And we got our hot wires right here. Slide them over on that side like that. All right. So those are both set. Keep that wrapped around there. All right, we got these 2 ball wires. You got to make sure you check your car audio in the back. If you're going to be using the amplifier from your stereo, make sure you're looking, because it's going to be one solid color, and then the other one will be solid with a black line through it. So you want to match your colors. Once you match your colors, you want to see which one has that black line, then that's going to be your ground. So then you can do one of these, get your ground to ground, twist those together. And then right now I got a couple caps we can use, little electric caps. Here goes that one. I thought I had a smaller one over here. Let's see if I can find it. No. Was here earlier though. There she is. Alright, I got one in here too. The other ones are just too big. Let's use a small. Let's use a smaller plug here. Alright. Now what we're doing, we are in a house. We're not in a car. We're not using a car battery, or literally using a power supply over here. that is gonna run this stereo for us. I just picked this thing up. We want to make sure we're tight with these wires here. So once you're done putting them together, these are nice because they're quick and easy. You can just kind of put these on there, cover that cap up real quick. A couple little twists just to seal it up a little. So you want to do the same thing. So for each speaker, whichever one is solid, then we're going to be your positives. If it has a black line through it, it's going to be a negative. So let's get these two positives together. All right, so the positives are set. And use this cap again. So as we test these speakers, we'll just keep these caps with us. So if that's what you're getting into or something, always keep a little spare set of caps with you, and then you'll always be able to, you won't have any bald wires hanging out like this one that's all hanging out. What is this? Reverse signal input. Oh, okay. And this is why you don't want to use electric tape. It's only temporary. This thing is all, it just slides right down. After a while, with the heat and the weather and the time, electric tape just fails. So you don't want to use that stuff unless it's a temporary gig or you're not too worried about it. But if you're concerned, which you should be if it's in your car, make sure you use good stuff. We just did this stuff when we were wrapping it all up. So it never got back to it. And that's why we're here, to make sure all these things are good again. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We'll go ahead and pause the Puffer Man Beats right there, which I should have a CD from his, which would be dope, which I don't. But that's all right. We'll make one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and power up this power supply. It's on. Everything's plugged in. Nothing is touching, so I checked all that stuff. Now, if we could get this bad boy. Look at that. Oh, dang, there was a spark. There she goes. That's that one black wire again. There she goes. Sweet. All right, back that bad boy up. So you don't want to touch there. That's exactly what a touch was, that one right there. Put some other tape on that bad boy. It's straight up the one we were talking about. I found it. They always seem to find each other. All right, so it's on. It's running. Did make that little spark, but didn't blow the fuse. And the fuse on the new one are deep inside of it, which is kind of nice. All right. Sing, say, what do we want to talk? We want to talk some English. Stay forward. iPhone, iPod, USB wireless. Look at that. She's running. Dang, what year is this one? Not too sure what year it is, but she's running. That's what's important. All right, let's see if there's a CD in it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the CD out. Look at that. We got a CD. Let's pop that bad boy back in and see what's up. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. You're the DIY Arch. We're sitting here doing some car audio checking out. I got a power supply to run a car speaker in the house. Look at that. She's running. Man, this is nicer than my new one. I wish mine had that EQ bouncing. That's pretty wild. So I don't know how many of you guys do the touch screens and whatnot. They're pretty nice. I like them these days. Got all kind of inputs in here. Let's kind of test it out a little bit. CD works. You can lean back like that, it's still running. That's pretty good. Dang, it actually works. That power supply is running. We're converting some AC power to DC power right now. That's a trip. Cool. So this will be our new testing unit for the rest of these speakers that we're going to go after. Yeah. Well, she plays. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see what channel this thing is on. Let's see, you got, let's see if I can see what you guys are saying there. Do that real quick. There we go. There we go. Decent little angle. Okay, input and output. Let's go to the car audio button. Now you got your graphic EQ. That's going to give you your bass. So you got your bass, mids, basses in here. Oh, what? That actually did it? Wow. That actually works. So those are your bass. These are going to be your mids. These you end up being pretty low because they're like a wild frequency, and then these are all your highs. So most people set their setup pretty much something around that. Kind of arcs up with your highs, comes down into the 1K, and then it comes back up with your bass again. That's how most people like to run this stuff. Then there's all kind of different styles to run your EQ at. What else we got? So yeah, you could have like super bass. You can see all your bass notes are up here high, and the sound's coming a lot lower. Stressing that little speaker. Just push it. 25. Okay. Doing it. All right, now what we need to do, we can find out what channels all these run on. So we can go back into here, close that out, open this back up. And we can go to, so we're on super bass. Let's see. Mute level, source level adjust, subwoofer. Speaker level, rapid fade and balance. There we go. Got a little bit of. So this is our rear right. Or not? Okay, there. Yeah, that's not. Okay. So this is how you find out what channel it is if you don't have the channels in there. If the channels aren't marked on the wires, then you got to go through your stereo and see which one is which. Then you can go through, grab your piece of tape, and remark your setup. So this one's rear right. Grab your permanent marker. When you get some stereos, they don't have that. Got the rear right one. That's going to be the purple one there. All right. Cut off the extra there we don't need. Close that out so you stay out of trouble here. Alright, that one's gone. So that's working. Looks like. Hey, a little bit warm in here. Oh, I can smell the electricity in this thing. A little bit new. Power supply is heating up a little bit, but not too bad. All right. So that one works. Let's go ahead and set this EQ different though. Custom. Custom 2. Just custom 1. Take away some of that bass for that little speaker, so otherwise it'll stress out on. Right on, guys. If you're looking for car audio, we got the links in the description below. You need a nice stereo. This one here is a Pioneer. We actually have an Alpine down in the bottom if you want it. Actually, that comes with a free backup camera. So if you want a nice Alpine stereo, it does not have a CD player, but I don't think anyone does CDs too much anymore. But we do have an Alpine stereo that's in there, and it's a really nice one. And it comes with the free backup camera, And there's also subwoofers. We got some 6.5-inch Alpine speakers to go with it too. Good for the doors. And then I didn't see any decent Alpine amps that I like, but we do got a JL audio amp, which is really good business, good company speaker. So you guys check that out in the description if you need it. Remember that free stuff, guys. There's a free upside in there and free maintenance guides if you need them. So completely free. If you want that upside, just go click the link. Give me an email. I'll get you all the information you need to get a 25% off discount on your first fill up. So if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. Let's turn that a little bit. All right, so that's the rear right speaker. So the one underneath it, that's going to give all the keys to which one the rest of them are. So the bottom one's going to be your rear front, or your front right, and then the other side will be your left one. But I guess we can even check just to make sure. So what's under the purple one? Two. I believe it'd be the green ones next. Green ones. Let's see what this comes out to be there. Let's see what this is charging at. Appreciate you guys checking it out. We're going live here. I got all kind of sound audio equipment. I figured I'd come out and share this with you, let you take a look. See what I got going before I put all these in a car. All right, so these ones don't even look like they got used. Nope, they were never even used. So I really think that these are going to be this one here is the rear right speaker. So I believe the one that's on top is going to be the front right speaker. But we better go ahead and shut this whole system down. I don't want to short it out at all. Let's check this out. She powered down. Well, let me see. Smell good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's see how the power supply smells. The power supply smells like new electricity. I don't think it's shorting it out or nothing. It's not hot or anything, but it sure smells like electricity. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna get the splicer, wire splicer, and we'll go ahead and cut these two. Make sure if you're gonna do any kind of cuts, shut off all the electrical power, guys. Gotta shut that electricity off. If you do this right here, you probably burn a fuse out or something pretty bad. And then you don't want to be replacing fuses. As a matter of fact, if you look in here, back behind there, that's where the fuse is. Go ahead and give you a little peek at it. What's this? Okay, that's nothing. Nice. And it goes. So there's a little clip that goes here. Press down on that clip. Once you press on that clip, you'll be able to lift this whole harness out. A little bit of effort. There you go. So once you get a car stereo, you don't have to have this dangling. You can move this off to the side, and then you can go ahead and get all these wires set up the way you need them. And then once you're ready to go, you put them all back in here. But make sure you don't make these too short, because when you're in your car stereo, you need this outside. Everything needs to be long enough to where you're not putting this inside here trying to plug it in. You want to have just enough room to come right here, plug everything in, and then slide it right into your car. So if you look under here, we took that off, and there's your 10-amp fuse right down there. So if you touch these wires while it's plugged in, or you overheat it somehow, you'll blow that fuse right there. You don't want to blow that fuse right there. If you do, you got to go to the store and get you a 10-amp. Do not put a larger amp fuse. Don't put a larger fuse in your fuse sector. If it says 10 amps, do not put a 15. If anything, if you got a 7 or a 10 or a 5, I'd put that in, but you ain't gonna be able to turn it up. If you turn it up too much, it'll blow the fuse. But don't put too much in there, because then it goes past this fuse into your unit, and it's pretty much trashed unless, I don't even know, that ain't even gonna get covered in the warranty if you go past, put the wrong fuse in. So make sure you put the right fuse back in your car stereo, the right size. Never go bigger than the size that has to go in it, or expect a fire or it's going to be the last time you use it. Because if there's a reason for that thing to be going off, then there's something going on with your fuse, and you don't want to give it more power. That means that power is going to be sent into your unit. I'd rather go less and blow a smaller fuse and then just figure out what's going on. So that's where you keep that part right back there. All right, so the green ones are just about ready. These will be our front one. I'm pretty sure this is going to be our front right and front left. So try these two out. Let's see if I got another one of these. Got one more, we'll use that bad boy. Alright, check this out. See if we got any other supplies right here I can use. Hold on, guys. Appreciate you checking out the channel. We out here messing around, messing with these car speakers. Got these stereos out. Could have just done it on my own, but I figured I might as well come out here and have a little bit of fun and get on messing around with it a little bit. All right, got this cap. I got one more larger cap. We'll use it just in case. These are too big mostly. You don't want to use these things. Okay, let's switch these bad boys. Actually, we can leave them bad boys plugged in. Let's pick up another speaker. You basically set this hat up how it would look in your car. You'd have your back of your car is your rear right speaker. Front of your car, front right speaker. You better recut these ones, they're pretty nasty too. Cut these fresh. You guys need some good wire strippers. Got them down there in the link below. Go ahead and check them out on Temu. Just don't grab a cheap pair. Get you a decent pair. Don't go get the cheapest one. Make sure it's got a couple stars. Otherwise, this is how they work. You got them at the crib or Pops or anyone else you see them. Go see them at the store, pawn shop. Pawn shop's another place to get some equipment. Just double check it, but you can still save a couple bucks. Get you a little something. Get going on some equipment. All right. All right, now we're about to check the speaker, the stereo, to make sure, to see if this is the rear right, because I have no labels on the speaker wires, so I just want to make sure all of these are right. And if I can determine the right side, then I'll know the left side. Because I just want to make sure that it isn't left rear and rear, and right, or is it left, right on the tops and bottoms. So we'll just check this out real quick. Turn the puffer man down a little. And this one, we'll turn ours back on. Remember how to check your wires. The one will be a solid color. If one of your speaker wires is a solid color, that's going to be your positive. If one of them have a black stripe in it, then that's probably going to be your negative. As you can see here, it's a solid. So we'll make those go together. And this is going to phase your speaker. Otherwise, you do it the opposite direction, your speakers will be in opposite phase. Those things you're gonna have to look up and check on that, because I ain't getting in depth on that right now. We twisting speakers. See, these ones are so big that it's got a little bit of a grip. If you have one that's too big, you almost gotta fold it one more time. These are cool just to have. They work pretty fast. So. All right, so this should be our rear right channel. Got our positive going. As long as there ain't no wires really exposed, of course. There ain't no wires exposed except that one right there. Of course. Gotta leave it to that electric tape. It works. Don't use electric tape, guys. Try to use plugs. It's only temporary. All right, so we're gonna turn the stereo back on. and make sure this is the rear front speaker. Or rear or the front speaker. Let's see which one it is. Take that bad boy up real quick. My chance it'll hit it. And I don't need no chancings. There's another one. Get these all taped up. Make sure you ain't got nothing exposed. If you do, just take time to wrap them up. Electricity's a whole different beast. That's why a lot of people don't want to get into it. It can get scary. DC ain't so bad unless you're messing with your spark plugs, and that can get a little bit scary. Or your coils. You don't want to be touching some of that stuff. All right, so we're going to go ahead and lean this back up. And we're going to power up that power supply. And I got a CD in this old stereo. Let's see, 2000 and what? This is 2014. The stereo is exactly 10 years old. Still runs. I think I was having a problem with the memory. I kept coming back into it and my memory kept resetting. But I checked the battery. We had switched the battery. It's the exact same truck. And I put a new stereo in and I didn't have the problem. So I'm actually going to have to test this one a little bit further with the battery to see if I can keep it smart. All right, let's go ahead and put this. Play a CD on it. All right, let's see which one's going to play. They're both playing, that's for sure. So those are the right, that's the front one. So these are our right speakers. Everything's all set up. We'll just label that last speaker. So that's basically how it look in your car. So if you're at the front of the car, your stereo would be like this. Here's your front right speaker. There'll be your front back speaker over here. So on your car stereo, you're gonna have 4 speakers you can hook to it. And it has a decent amplifier on the back. So that's what all these grills are for on the back of this. It's for the amplifier and to keep this whole unit cold. But I'm assuming it's running probably almost 100 watts, at least a clean 20 watts to each channel. Yeah, this is a 2014 Pioneer. Still works, buttons work, everything works on it. Just had a little bit of issues with the memory, but I don't know if that was something else or what. Can't clean that up though. And you can turn the display off if you want to clean it. You should probably try to clean this one a little bit. It's a little bit dirty. Get a little paper towel on that bad boy. A little bit of cleaner on there and get that thing looking decent. That reflection, I can't even see it. All right. There she goes. These are some age to her. But she's never stopped. And what I like is there's not a lot of buttons. There's not a lot of buttons on this, so nothing to fall off. My Kenwood's got all these little press buttons, but they're not built tough. So they don't sound that good. There we go, get that flame off of them. Yep, so there goes CD player. Old school CD player, y'all. I like the car audio, and that's what DIY Arts, that's what we do. Car audio, cars, trucks. Keep that engine going, keep the batteries charged, and keep the stereos going. Keep that engine going, that way you make it to work and have some fun. Get some stuff done. It's all right. That's a pretty nice stereo for 10 years old. Let's see what it can do with these two. Pretty loud. Let's go ahead and mess with them. Got an EQ on here. Let's turn all that down. Let's just give it bass, see if we can mess with them. Just turn all the bass up on it. 12. See what the bass does. 25. Little port on the back, got a little breather right there pushing air out. Pretty dope. That's bumping. Well, those two work. Right on. So now we know which those are. Highs back up. Totally rearranges your sound. Mess with these EQs. Right. Alright, so what I think we'll do is move these bad boys all over here. I say we test some more speakers. We're going to leave that connector for an extension. I'll bring some other ones over here. Yeah, the big caps. Check the spots in here. That is some sticky tape there. Not good. Take that removal. All right, we got another one we can test here. Let's check this one out. A little bit dusty, but these caps on the back, you guys remember what those are for? These are protecting your TV. So if you get, these speakers are kind of like for home theaters and whatnot, and if you get close to your TV, the magnetic force will mess with the picture on your TV. So they put these covers on them, and it controls that electrical magnetic force around them. So if you see any speakers that are like that, it's just to control that electromagnetic force from waving out into electronics and whatnot. All right, let's check this out. Switch those two. Goes. All right, let's see if I got some wire here. I got my set wire right here. Grab these two bad boys. Let's see, it's still playing. I can't believe this CD hasn't skipped once. All right, let's see if it'll eject straight up. Dang, look at that. Let's go put this one in. What? That's old school tape. CD players, like a tape deck back in the day. Let's see what we got on that one. All right, just had a car. The wires. Need some TLC. I can hear that. I can't hear it, but I can smell that new power supply. It's working. Dang, that's some good connection right there. Sometimes you gotta pinch, spin it, pinch. This one doesn't want to connect too well. A little bit might. All right, we're gonna connect this to the other side. This stereo is way louder. That seems louder than my home theater. Maybe it's the RCA connectors. I don't know. This thing is pumping. But these little speakers are actually at a 4 ohm, so that's a good deal. Because car audio is basically all 4 ohm speakers. Home theater is running at 8 ohms. That's crazy. Picking up all the sounds, that's for sure. It sounds crazy. So we got that one unhooked. We're going to make sure that one's good and solid. Let those ones float. Make sure the guys aren't touching here. Let's go ahead and text this bad boy. Looks pretty slick. And it's an 8 ohm speaker at 150 watts. That's pretty loud. Right there. Perfect. I gotta find some decent connectors for these. This works. Set the stereo. There we go. All right. Let's see if it goes off. It's on. Definitely sounds like it needs a box or something with it. Maybe because it's at the 8 ohms. Might be running a little different in power. What's nice about this speaker, it actually has little markings on the back. Tell you which one's positive and negative, because these posts are actually the exact same size, so. All right. Let's crank this one up. Feel the air coming out of this little hole. That's like a mid-range because it's not hitting low. So this is a mid-range woofer. This thing is actually a full range, so it's actually hitting a little lower. It's in a box too, so that might make a little bit of difference. And that 8 ohm speakers, they just don't flex like a 4 ohm. Let's go ahead and turn the bass up on it, see what it does. There it goes. Alright, turn that down. Nice little EQ on that though. Right on, guys. Appreciate you checking out DIY Art channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you like car audios, cars, trucks, driving, engines, just plain having fun. We do all that stuff here. Keep that car running. Keep you safe on the road. Keep the stereos bumping. Keep you on adventures, going camping, doing driving around the country and stuff. It's great. We try to keep that going. It's pretty slick. I'm liking this 8-inch. All right, that one was good. Let's go ahead and set that back for a minute. All right, so that one's set. This 8-inch is good to go. All right. So we got an 8 ohm woofer mid-range. It's pretty clean. Probably find something to run that. All right, I'm gonna ask this thing to do a little bit more now. Let's see what this does here. Red mark's gonna mean positive there. Open up these wires, make sure you get them nice and tight. We do have a subwoofer pack on our link below. Look at that, actually kicked right on. 2 12-inch MTX with a subwoofer. 2 12-inch subs with a box and the amplifier. That thing's a pretty nice pack too. If you like MTX, MTX good quality. Wow. All right, go ahead and fade this one. See what it does with the bass. Got your cone, voice coil sitting in the middle in there. It's your surround. These go bad on speakers quite a bit as your surround. This one's a cloth one, so it's a better material. If you get the foam, I don't know about the foam, guys. You gotta get away from the foam. I don't know, they probably make a good rubber. Make sure you get a rubber one, but be careful. Sometimes rubber, they'll make that foam look like it is rubber, and that stuff erodes, so. This thing's working. It's got some depth with being an 8 here. That's pretty slick. It's your motor, basket. It's called the basket of your speaker here. That's the motor of your speaker, the magnet. And you got your cone, surround. And then that's your spider down here where it ripples inside there. Got to replace those too. They'll start to settle. Not much of ripping these apart. I just like to listen to them. All right, well that one works too. I gotta check the other speaker. We were able to check one of these yesterday. We just got to check the other one today. So let's go ahead and replace this one. So that's good. This one's good to go. Should be careful with them wires. Hope y'all doing good. It's Friday. Shoot, couple hours left in the day. Should be around lunchtime for most folks. Let's get this sucker knocked out and pull this off of here. Hope y'all have some fun. Make sure you get plenty of rest. Get yourself ready for the weekend. I know it's football weekend. It's pretty cool. There we go. That's better. Get these connectors good. All right, so that one went good. Let's check the second one. See how this one sounds. This one's in a nice little box. Well, this one actually goes to a car. Maybe. Let's see how it goes. Well, that actually even looks good right there. Blue on blue like that. What's wild is it's this Pioneer both right here. So this blue is actually matching the blue to the Pioneer speaker. So if you want all your stuff to coordinate, that's what's nice about these stereos too. You can customize your face to look like your car. You can go into your customs, illumination, backgrounds. So you can change your colors on the side thing to green, whatever color. But the blue is nice if you got the blue speaker setup and you roll with the blue. Change backgrounds. I like the EQ bouncing up. That looks pretty nice. Working. Let's see what this does. That works. Pioneer right there. That's no joke. All right, that one works. Must have been the one we worked on. That thing sounds clean. See, that's really nice. It's already in a box. We just got to do some updates with the box, sand it all down, put some additives to it, sink it in it, and then we'll epoxy this and make something nice out of that one. That thing sounds freaking awesome. Thought I had two of those. Where's the other one? Okay, here's the other one floating around. Let's check this one, make sure it sounds just like that. So here's the matching one to that one, the other one. Let's see what it sounds like. All right, if you get that red to red. Let's get some sound. I don't know, something sounds a little funny on that one. I think I'm gonna take these off real fast. Just take it off real quick. Make sure this thing is running. These connectors might have gotten eroded a little bit because the other one sounded a lot more clear than this one. This one sounds good, but I think it could sound better. So we're going to go ahead and shut the power off on this and let this all sit. Should I? Yeah, let's do that. Shut that down. Make sure the stereo turns off. All right, let's pull this out. Just didn't sound that good. So let's just fix the wires a little bit. Sometimes it just needs these guys to get re-scratched up. Sometimes you got a little screwdriver, you push it in there. Got a little pry like that. It's time to try to clean these little prongs out on it. Right on, guys, with DIY Arch, we're over here doing some car audio, messing with that. Make sure you guys' engines are running. Check your oil antifreeze. If you guys need any maintenance guides, checklists to keep your car on the road, we got those down below for free if you're looking to save money on gas. Groceries, I got a link for free to help you start saving some cash on that, and all kind of car audio products too. But what we got going here, this one, we had the other Pioneer, it sounded good, but this one sounded a little bit rough. So I just kind of messed with these connectors in here, because that's what I did with the other one, and it sounded pretty good. So I just messed with these. I'm hoping that I kind of scuff them up a little, get that erosion away from them, because they've been sitting in the garage for probably about 8 months now. So I just want to get them out and get them all running again. We got another truck we could put them in. So if you guys want to get some cool car tips, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check it out. You know, we be having fun too, telling jokes. Make sure you're safe on the road. Stopping for them, the school buses out on the streets. Just any kind of tip to help you get down the road. Make sure you get plenty of rest in the evenings. All that fun stuff. So this thing's looking better. Let's go ahead and put it back in its box. There was a little flakes come out of it on both ends. Let's get this thing back together. Then we'll fire up this. See, I turned that off to make sure we don't short this out in any way when I pull the speaker out. I don't want none of the wires to touch. And it's working. So we got a new power supply today, which allows us to plug into the wall and turn AC power into DC power to run car audio in your house. And I do have a house theater stereo, but it's huge. It's probably like 1 foot by 1 foot. And if I could just run one of these, I think we'll probably build a little box around this, get it all set up, and we can start testing speakers out in here. I'll also get an amp, show you guys how to hook up car speakers, amplifiers, even the stereos. We've already gone over that a little bit. It's really basically easy. The hardest part now is just getting to it. But if you got an older vehicle, you could put a stereo in there if you want. It doesn't have to stay stock, and or even if you don't like all that advanced, you want something a little more simpler, you can put something in there. Because when that internet shuts off, boy, you're going to want a CD or at least that USB to plug in. All right, let's go ahead and check the stereo out again. Stereo's running. Let's see if the speaker's running good. Mode. Let's go with the CD player. I was about to say tape deck. Must be old. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we've been going for a little bit. Where we at? Almost hour and 20 minutes. Dang, we've been rolling. That's all right. We got too much stuff to do. That actually does sound better. Wow. That was just from cleaning the terminals. I can hear the highs coming in a lot crisper than it just was. That's a trick. We got some sand sitting up in here from the beach or something. Some kind of funk down there. A little bit sandy in there. Only way I was able to do that, I trust that little tool there. Don't just do that with any sprayer. Looks like there's like a little layer of goop and some sand in that corner. I'm gonna do that. I got a little paper towel we'll put in there and clean that up. I just don't want dirt sitting in there like that. There we go. Picks up all that juice real quick. Something got spilled in there. But man, them highs sound a lot better than they just did. So this has been sitting for about 6 months and I just replaced, or didn't replace anything. I actually just went in and cleaned the terminals. One sounded good, but the first one I grabbed, I took the speaker off and I already cleaned the terminals. It sounded good. I put this one on, it sounded good, but it didn't have the highs as clear as the other one did, so I wanted to check it out. So I just cleaned the terminals first because they get erosion on them. Come to find out, that helped. I can hear them highs right now. Very gentle with these things. You don't want to puncture them. There we go. You guys can see that, kind of little goop off of there. Getting dirt off of it will help it stay cool. So if you're going to run high, a lot of watts for a long time, you don't want it to get hot. That's what burns these things up, is pretty much just the heat and distortion. Alright, I appreciate y'all checking out the channel. If you guys enjoy cars, trucks, working on engines or racing engines, going four-wheeling, just going on adventures, camping, check out the channel. We're always putting up videos every day. I got over 900 videos this year, and I got a whole bunch of content that you can learn from, get a little bit of education, have a little bit of fun. I do car repairs. I'll do remixes off of car fails. We make car fail videos, all kind of fun stuff. But so I'm always doing some kind of project, trying to help folks out. This thing sounds good. Up a little bit. That's better. I actually thought those were busted. Dang, I can't believe they both work. They just need to be cleaned up. And a lot of that happens if you got a lot of bass in the trunk. It'll just shake these parts. So now be careful, make sure you check on them, tighten all the prongs, make sure there ain't no rust and erosion in between them. That thing worked great. Perfect. I'm glad we took that one apart and fixed it. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. Those are completed. Now I wanted to test one of these crazy ones. This is a house speaker, full range right here. Now we're getting crazy. Now let's mess around. Got a little bit of time left. We're gonna do a couple wild things here. Let's get this big old box out here. We're gonna go and test this thing. We're gonna plug this in to a car audio stereo system. Same thing on here. Where's the negative? It's got the black mark on it. Perfect. All right, let me twist these two together. Should just start playing. See how it goes. I hear something. Let's see what I got for you. Cap on this one. Put a cap on the hot wire. And we don't have no issues. All right, let's peep this out. Testing this car audio amp, guys. DIY Arch, automotive. Trying to get your car running, trying to keep the stereo running, keep the batteries rocking. That way you can go on your adventures and rides. Check out the channel. We got all kind of products too. All kind of fun videos mainly. But if you need stuff, we got good product. We also got a lot of free stuff where you can get a lot of discounts at the stores. Let's go after this. Well, already, when we turned the other one up to like 7, it was louder than this. But let's push this thing and see what it does. That don't sound half bad. I'm not even sure what brand this is. Let's check it out. Let's see what it says on this one. So these are little Sonys. It's decent. See what we can do with something like this. The box don't sound that bad. How do it support? That's nothing. Yeah, the stereo's doing fine. Sony. This is 6 ohms, so that's probably why it runs so good too. 6 ohm is going to be close to it, so I don't mind that. Alright. I got one more of these to check. Let's go for it. One more of these. This one's got a little dent in the woofer cone. Might be able to repair that. We'll see what happens. Pretty good at doing that. Not denting the cones, but repairing them. They're easy to get caught up. Easy to press when they're little foam cones. All right, we got this other one we go have to check. Where's that plug? Gone. Works. All right. Bumping. That's cool. Let's see how this one goes. All right. Both those bad boys work. We'll take it. Let's actually see if this one, see if they got a crossover inside of it. got. All right, we're able to get through some speakers, and we tested that power supply. So the power supply works. The CD player works. This set of speakers works. The couple other speakers we checked out, they all work. Found out what channels run through that stereo. Marked that out. So it's been a successful day online here. I'm taking care of some business. Let's just see if there's a crossover on here controlling this. Yes, there is. There's a little passive one to that one. But it's just coming raw power. So there is a little capacitor to running these so they don't get no bass on this top one here. But this one here, not too bad. Little Sony's got the little bump back magnet. For the box, it ain't too bad. Other than this, don't remember how that got there, but I do have a pet cat, so that could have been it. I've been known to get a needle to be able to pop those up too. Let's see if this is showing you that. Well, it's pretty sensitive in there. That's not too tough. Don't want to pop up too easy. There it goes. Oh, so close. There we go. Oh, no. Got dented pretty good. Let's seal that. Go well for that one. Still look decent though. Probably put it to work. Hide it somewhere. Might be able to put a new cap on. You can pull them off and put new ones on there. But most of them are a fabric and they'll actually stay up. This one's been dented for quite a while because it don't want to stay up. And what we would also do is like put a spray, a little bit of a glue adhesive over it. Or we could just take the whole thing off. All right, that bad boy works. These are all set. Put this back together. And we'll see what's up next week. We'll probably got 2 more stereos that we got to check out. I do got some other speakers we could check. Then I'll start bringing over a couple amplifiers. I got 3 Rockford Fosgate amplifiers that we'll be able to put in here. Right on, man. Good to you too. We got some stuff we can start testing. I got some woofers we could bring over here in a box. We'll check them out. I got a kicker. I think it's a 10. We'll be able to hook some of these amps up to it. Show you how to hook up an amp to a car stereo. Or even to have one that's existing already. I'll show you all the parts you'll need to get that done. All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It's been a minute. This sucker's been done now. I'm going to wrap this sucker right up. This one's done. She came off. She works pretty darn good. But yeah, we're gonna get some Fosgate amps. That thing will start running hard. Start testing this power supply we just got. Yes, we also got a smaller Sony stereo. The smaller Sony. We'll go ahead and unwrap that actually. Let's go ahead and hook this one back up. Let's see what we got going. That stereo was pretty cool. My new stereo don't have this EQ, and I'm not sure if the Alpine does, but I sure hope it does. Because I really like seeing that. Alright, we'll go ahead and wrap that. Let's go see what's underneath this one. Let's take this off. Let's see what we got packed under here. Hopefully it ain't all messed up. Guys, make sure you hit the links up below if you're looking for some car audio, or if you want to just get some discounts at the grocery stores. At Upside app is free, and you can start saving right away. It'll know your location, and it'll get you discounts in whatever area you're at. So if you're traveling, as you're traveling, make sure you use your Upside. You could probably save money as you're getting across town and whatnot. All All right, here's the next one we're going to be getting at. That's an old Sony. I used to have this in an old Subaru, and it was running like a pair of 15s with it. But it's nice. Got the CD player. Might be a CD in it. We'll find out. But it's Bluetooth, and it's not all the fancy stuff. Just have your knob on and off. Got the plug-ins in the back. Little plug-ins here. And then remember, when you get your car stereo, if you ever have issues with it not going, you can go right into this plug, pull that out, and then your fuse is going to be right there when you go pull this plug out. Let's see if I can show you. There's like a little clip right there. You hit that little clip, press down on it, and then you got access to your fuses right there. You got your subwoofer out. You have your rear, so if you gotta buy a 4-channel amp like that JL amp that we got, it'll have 4 channels, so you're gonna have to send 2 sets of RCAs back. One will be for your rear speakers, and then the other is gonna be for your front speakers. That way when you adjust your stereo, you'll be able to control what speaker you want playing and whatnot, whatever might be playing with your movie or video that you got set up. Plug that back in. Done deal. All right, so that's one of them. We got this one, and then we also got a Kenwood. That'll give me all kind of trouble. And we got this one. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what year this was made. This one's supposed to be newer. But as you can see, all the buttons. Missing buttons on it. So that's why I haven't gone with Kenwood, and I don't sell any kind of the Kenwood products. Just from what I've learned from them, is that they be having some issues. But my Pioneer is nice. I do like that one. All right, set those to the side. Power supply. Woo. All right, guys, make sure you guys check out the website. We got all kind of products on there for you, some free discounts on there. Make sure you guys hands on that automotive maintenance guide. This will give you tips for your car to keep it running on the road all the time. Help you check your oil, brakes. Winter's around the corner, guys. Make sure you got that coolant. Coolant is super important on these vehicles. The two things, you can run out of gas, you can run out of windshield wiper fluid, but you don't want to do too bad if it's raining. But if you run out of oil, or you run out of coolant, you're going to destroy that engine. It's going to cost you a lot of money. So make sure you guys get your hands on that maintenance guide. Help you get through that. So if you're ever wondering how you could run your car stereo at your house, you have to buy a converter. So you can get one of these converters online. Then you'll plug this into your wall. You'll plug your other wires, positive and negative, into that, and then you run that to your stereo, and you'll have power inside of your house with one of these. If you guys subscribe to DIY Arts, check out in the description below. We got all kind of cool products, free apps, all kind of different car audio. We got probiotics. Let's see what we got. All these other. Yeah, this is a 10-year-old stereo we got going right here. It's got a CD player. These days, I can't even find a CD player no more. I was looking online to get one, and nowhere to be found. So I'm not sure what it takes to get a CD player anymore. But I still have 3 CD players, 2 touch screens, and then a small one. And those are my CD players. If you guys get a chance, check out DIY Arch. You could see it was about 2 weeks ago, my AC went out. And took it to the mechanic, like a professional mechanic. He checked it out, told me that, something's wrong with your AC. I said, yeah, I know that. That's why I came to you. And he goes, well, it's an electric and we're not going to touch that. So I'm like, well, where am I supposed to take this thing? And he said, take it to a professional. And I was like, well, I thought that's where I was. So what I ended up doing, going home, watching YouTube, and put up my truck in there. And you guys could watch the video, check out my channel. There's me going to the store, trying to get the guys to work on it. They kept my truck for 4 hours, and then told me they couldn't do nothing with it. Came home, watched a YouTube video. I was like, I ain't got time for this. I got a YouTube video, found out how to check the sensor out, replaced it myself for 35 bucks. The diagnostic alone, just to check your AC, is $50. But these guys didn't even want to even charge me that because they did absolutely nothing. They were just scared to even touch it, which is weird. So some things you could say they would have charged because they see my camera. If I didn't have that camera on me, they would have charged me the $50 for the diagnostic. But I know they seen that camera on me, so he probably figured that I was being undercover or something, so he didn't even charge me for a diagnostic. But I was like, what? I actually wore the camera to make the video just to show people how it works. I was hoping that when I went in there, he's going to say, oh, your car's messed up here, here's what you got to fix. But he's like, oh, no, your car's a mess, and we ain't going to touch it. And I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, they were just scared right off the bat, like they were about to get in some trouble. So they didn't even work on my car. I ended up doing it myself. We did it ourselves. And ended up costing 35 bucks, which was less than the diagnostic. And they took 4 hours, so I didn't even go to work in the morning. I ended up 4 hours doing that. And we just made that video. That one just came out. That's that's how I become an AC specialist. So yeah, these dudes talk to me all crazy. We can go check it out right now.
Welcome to DIY Arch Auto.
Yeah, I just put these ones up. I'm trying to get out, mess around, do some more stuff. And then it took them an hour to even come up. Homie didn't even want to come and talk to me. What? Oh boy. So here, I was wearing the mic on this one.
So
and the camera.
Whatever the wiring was done, he just doesn't want to get involved in all that. That's
what? Yeah, there was no wiring involved.
The wiring that was done on it. He said that's something he just doesn't want to get involved in. You have to take that to an electrical shop.
An electrical shop.
So want to look at it, or
for this sensor.
Not a specialist in wiring. Oh,
They want a specialist, so I'm now a specialist in wiring thanks to this guy. Can you believe that? Yeah, dude, straight up. Oh, you need a specialist in wiring. I went home and watched it on YouTube. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Come and check out the channel. I'll be getting all kind of cool tips. If you need some advice, all you got to do is comment, be like, hey, I needed to fix this, or I need to get some help on that. I'll straight help you out. Yeah, this dude tried to tell me that, oh, you need to go to a specialist to get that done. And I just didn't have time I didn't want to have time to mess with it. So 35 bucks for that. Diagnostic is $50. The other diagnostic was $250 because they said we're going to have to charge your AC no matter what. So I was like, that's just crazy. So then we ended up coming home. And we done fix it our damn self. You can see we went up in here.
So what I do, I get on YouTube like
right? That's how we do it. Yeah, go ahead and check the channel out. You guys can watch this full video how it went down. Both of these videos were together. Watch a YouTube video.
Sensor here.
Yep.
And the guy pretty much hot wired these. We did the same thing. We hot wired these two.
So that plugged into this right here.
And when we hot wired this, and it turned the clutch on for the AC.
Yep.
So
simple as that.
All we gotta do is go replace this.
I took it to the auto shop and they couldn't figure that out. They couldn't figure that out.
Money to do something like this at the shop, and one shop couldn't even do it. Just remember, when you take this part off, unhook it gently.
See what I'm saying, guys? There's a lot of stuff you could do on your own. You just don't realize it. They got us all caught up in some weird stuff.
Get that thing off, and then get the replacement put on there, and it
Yep.
should be working again.
Yeah. Oh, he said that stuff's just crazy.
Recharge.
Dude said it was just, oh, that's just too crazy. Wasn't even nothing crazy about that project. Nothing was crazy about that project. And then here's another one. Oh yeah, when we got the first live one, that was when we was doing the cutting board. I heard everybody's all up into the cutting paper type of stuff. I didn't even know it. I just had to cut some paper, so I made a video. My kids was like, "Oh, you're over there cutting paper, Dad? Are you making videos with it?" I'm like, "Well, I gotta cut this laminate." And they're like, "How'd you know?" And I was like, "No, what?" They're like, "That's what's going right now. Everyone's cutting paper. I ain't cutting no paper." So luckily, I fell into the paper cutting realm. So that was my last working type of thing that I had to deal with. Then I got to make another video. My son went downtown, just went cruising over the weekend. He called me up mad. He's like, I Friday night, and you're downtown, so you know there's a lot of crazy people downtown. And he goes down there, gets a flat tire. So I'm like, all right, cool, chill out. I'll be down there. We got one of the compressors. It's fine. And then started to make my way down there. Realized, was thinking that he was going to be all set when I get down there. We'll just pull it out real quick. No big deal, just another screw. Get over there, that thing is the size of a bolt. It's ridiculous. What? Bus, what? I hit wire to button and crash on? Bus, who's that? God, oh wait. Who's that one? Okay, arrival, how can I block corn signs from uncle's watches? That is crazy. I don't even know what that means. So we was driving down the road and this thing pops up. So when I get over there, I try to pull this thing out of there. And it's like this. This is inside of the tire. So it actually punctured into the tire this way. Boom, like that. So that was inside. This was like bolted to the ground. This was sitting straight up on a like a parking bumper. So someone knocked the parking bumper off. Then my son was out driving and he must have went over one of them. So when he went over it, this thing, when his tire went over, it went into it just like that, standing straight up. So when I went to go pull it, nothing was coming. I could see there was a big ass piece in there, big old piece inside of there. So I was like, whatever. So what we ended up doing is just pushing it in, putting the patch in, and then we had to come home. So we aired it up. It all worked out. It wasn't completely flat. So we just pushed this thing inside of his tire. And then the next day we had to go air out his tire, take his tire off, and take the bead off of it and pull this thing out. And then I didn't realize that it was a Sunday, so no shops were open. And once there wasn't no shops open, I didn't have nowhere to go take the bead off of the tire. So we ended up pushing the bead off of that rim. I've never done that before, but we got a video of that. So we're going to end up we'll end up posting that one. That one's coming up next because I got that one set up. I got so many darn videos, it's out of control. I'll just be keep having to post every darn day. So I've been posting as much as I can, put as many videos up as I can, doing all these projects that I can. But yeah, so that's going to be the next one. This was in my son's tire. You believe that? So we're going to make a video about that one later. And now, I don't know if y'all know, but yeah, construction. I don't know if y'all do construction or not, but I've been doing that stuff forever. And so I've been running dozers, loaders, graders, dump trucks, scrapers, excavators. So I've ran like a D11, 10s, 9s, all the way down to 6s, even 4s. I think we did a little goofy 4s. I'm familiar with the John Deeres. So I figured I made a little video for some folks to start learning. It's the basics. I'm not trying to teach people too much. Eventually I'll get into it more if I can get into more machines. But on this one, I was showing people how to run a dozer. Make sure whenever you get into those things, you're always checking the oil. That's what's important. But yeah, this one was out here. This was out in Titusville. I was running that for a storage unit. So some rich guy was building a storage unit. And what they do is they just regrade it and they pour asphalt on the whole storage floor, unit floor. And then, so we had to get all these dozers in there to move all the material. But it's so sandy over here, it's crazy. But I had the opportunity to go ahead and make some videos to show people how to run these things. But they're pretty fun. As long as you got an AC, they ain't too bad. If you ain't got no AC, it could be pretty rough. So if you want to check that out, how to run a dozer, you can go ahead and check out my channel on the DIY Arts channel. And it's called Mastering a Caterpillar Dozer in Minutes. You might not be the master, but you could definitely get on it and begin mastering it. I'll show you the quick little tips. And the thing is, these things don't move fast. They only move as fast as you push them. So as long as you take your time and learn, you could do that. So if you're looking to run a dozer, want to learn how to run some heavy equipment, I got a couple videos on that too. We did that one on the dozer. That was pretty in-depth. And then the other one I did was, oh, here's another one on a dump truck. One of them off-road haul trucks. I've run a bunch of those too. Yeah, so I got all kind of chances to be dumping all these. Yes, I worked at a couple companies. Normally, I'm not the one running the dump truck, but sometimes I don't want to tell people what I can do, because then they're like, oh, run this, do that, do that. So I tell them, you know what? I know how to run a dozer. If you want me to run a dozer, or if you want me to run a dump truck, I'll just run that, because then I can just sit there and chill out all day, make videos, post up like this. But yeah, that's a big old excavator. Not a big one, but a decent one. And we were on a small development. I think it was going to be a bunch of like duplex type of buildings. And the elevations were all wrong in the whole place. They had some other crew come in there. And we started to cut the grade. And it ended up being like 3 feet high. So I had the opportunity to run this thing. And then they ain't got no one to run this equipment. And then all the people who've been there forever, they ain't want to run that stuff. But yeah, so that's me running that dump truck on that one. And then one of my buddies is on the excavator over there loading. But that one's a John Deere brand, so that was a John Deere I was running on that one. So even diesels, I've messed with some diesels. Diesels don't have no spark plugs in them. If you didn't know that, all you really need to do is change your oil and your fuel filter and air filter, and that's pretty much a tune-up on a diesel. But you'll see here, I'm going to end up going and dumping this thing out. Yeah, that's this Pioneer. Thanks, man. This Pioneer is 10 years old. We just got it set up. I have a power supply that I just got ordered. So that power supply is here for my house, so I can start running these car stereos in here. And then we can start testing some speakers, which we were testing some speakers earlier. I've been on for a minute. But we were testing these speakers here with this new stereo we got. Well, not new, but this new toy that I got to run these stereos. This is an old CD player, so I'll pop the CD out for y'all. That's old school right there. What? This thing just puked that out of it, guys. No USB, no Bluetooth. This is how it used to be. Grab your DJ, grab your CD, pop that bad boy in. Let it go. That's pretty slick. Right on, man. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, it's a nice Pioneer. I like it. It'd be nice to put it back in use. I like the whole EQ setup on it. And you can see here, there's also I'm going to go ahead and turn around for that load. You can see where I've been dumping there already. So I've done a lot of this stuff. And even on trucks, I've ran gooseneck trucks, backed up trailers, doing all that, running and doing landscape type of stuff. I had buddies, they'd sit there with their trailer and try to race backwards, which I've seen people be trying to do that professional now, which is wild. Shit. All right, there it goes. So let's see what this. If you guys want to learn how to run an off-road dump truck, come and check out the channel. This is search up 40 tons in one load. Just go through my my playlist. You'll see how to run construction equipment if you hit my playlist, and they'll show you how to run an off-road truck. I can show you how to run a dozer, a little bit of tips on a loader, and I got more. I just got to start posting as much as I can. So you can see I got a backup camera right there, and the mirrors. The mirrors work too, which is pretty slick. Yeah, I figured show you guys some of what I get going into. So even when I go to work, I'm end up driving trucks. So there's a nice stereo in that one. It's a 24-volt stereo that goes in these John Deere dump trucks.
All right, we kind of roll up on the pile. I felt it.
All right, we're about to set it up. Everything's push button. Forward and reverse, you just press the button. All you got is one lever there to lift and dump your load coming out of it. So if you're looking to get into some construction, I can give you the tips on how to do it. At least have an idea when you get into it. It's pretty slick. Just be careful. Have I seen one tip over? Not with a load, but I have seen one tip over driving. People always seem to run off the hills with these. I just don't think they're focusing or something. But all right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna get back with you here in a little bit. Let me see. I could let this roll for a minute and see what's going on. Basic little tips for y'all to check out while I go. I can go and clean this up real quick. I got a couple of these speakers I got to move real fast. So if you want to learn a little something, get some education right here for a second, I'll go ahead and just let this play. If you need some tips on how to drive, you're about to drive, check out my channel. I just try to give everybody the basic fundamentals on how to stay on the road, keep your car running, and stay safe doing it. So go ahead and check this out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up from all the speakers. Well, I think I got another set of speakers we can mess with.
While an octagonal sign, like a stop sign, commands you to halt. Yellow signs, meanwhile, warn you of potential hazards ahead. A green sign, on the other hand, provides helpful information or guidance. Next, we examine the markings and colors of road lines. Solid white lines separate lanes of traffic moving in the same direction, while yellow lines divide traffic moving in opposite directions. A double line indicates no passing, while a broken line means passing is allowed when safe. Now, on to the concept of right-of-ways on the road. Although it may seem elusive, it's actually straightforward. A vehicle arriving first at an intersection has the right-of-way. However, if vehicles arrive at the same time, the vehicle on the right has the right-of-way. Stoplight functions are an essential element of road safety. Let's visualize this. A red light signals you to halt, a green light allows you to proceed, and a yellow light warns you to get ready to stop. Moreover, in the event...
All right, look, I found some more speakers.
They're treated as a four-way stop, requiring you to come to a complete halt before proceeding when it's safe.
Let me test these out.
Vehicle laws are vital too. If an emergency vehicle approaches with sirens blaring and lights flashing, yield the right-of-way and move to the right side of the road. But remember, no safety measure is complete without the simple click of a seatbelt. It's not just the law, it's your life. And what if, despite all precautions, you find yourself in an accident? Stay calm. Check for injuries, call for help, and exchange information with the other party. Spread the word. Share this video with new drivers, people visiting America, family, friends, and co-workers. For more insights, tips, and resources like our free downloadable vehicle maintenance charts and guides, remember to visit our channel. Keep your vehicle running smoothly and your journey safe. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, the road speaks to those who listen. Until next time.
Right on, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys need any tips on driving, safety, on health, make sure you guys check out the DIY Arts channel. If you got some new drivers that are going to start doing their thing, make sure you go ahead and turn that down for a second. If you got some new drivers and they need some driving tips, make it a little bit fun, I got some videos on there for you. Even just quick tips, you know, I got videos that you can share with your fam about stopping at the buses or making sure you a safe distance from another vehicle, turning on red lights, or even carrying a trailer, stuff like that. Anything that has to do with automotive safety or driving and learning, I try to pass that on to you guys. So go ahead and check out the DIY Arts channel. And if you need some energy drinks, we got that over there. We got a Java Burn, which you add to your coffee, which is going to help you out to have the energy, and it's a good booster for the day. And we also got a probiotic that's for like a daily vitamin for healthy gum, teeth, and body. And because we have so many sugars all the time that I think we probably overlook that stuff, and that's why we have a lot of teeth problems. And this probiotic kind of helps that, so that's why I kind of chose that. I've always had teeth problems I've had to deal with, so I thought something like that might be useful. And we also got Upside, which I preach that all the time because it's free. I don't make nothing on that. As for the Prodentum, you have to pay for that. The Java Burn, you do have to pay for those products, but they're great deals, and they give you energy, and they give you body health, which is super important, especially if you like to adventure, drive cars, work on cars, or even if you're into music, which I love doing car audio with music. And I even like making music, and you just got to have the energy. You got to be awake. You're dealing with electricity. You got to know what you're doing. So the energy is good to have, and then the probiotic is good to have just because you're healthy. You want to, if your teeth hurt, you don't want to play with your stereo. If you don't, you know, if your gums and you just don't feel energized, that means you're not going to go for a ride this weekend. You're going to stay at the house. So that's why I kind of always put on the top to make sure your health is right, because without your health, none of this we really get to mess with. So make sure you guys, if you need any kind of health supplements, they're down there below in the description. I'll put them down there for you guys to have. That way you can stay healthy and have fun. And also we got car audio, like I've mentioned before, obviously, because I enjoy that. Also have a couple, we got Temu links, so whatever type of Temu stuff you want to look at. So we basically have a massive store, but I have this link for you that'll allow you to get a discount. I know Temu is full of discounts, but this is another added one because I'm got the affiliate link for it. So this one is for, even if you're already subscribed, it's still a good link for you to get a discount. And then I still have the link for the new Temuers. If you're on Temu and you're new to it and still got to download the app, I still got one for that. But if you already have the Temu app, I also have a discount for you, so you can win both ways. So I do got those. What else we got for there? We got the, oh, and of course the DIY Arch packet and stuff. So appreciate y'all checking that out. Try to be safe on these roads. And then let me line this out. We'll give you just, I don't know if you've ever had your car stolen or not. I know I have. So let's go ahead and go over this little quick video. And just kind of learn from these little things real quick. I'll get these set here.
Shedding light on car security and anti-theft measures from a perspective you're not likely to hear anywhere else. Imagine a time when the thrill of the chase, the adrenaline rush of the heist, was what got you up in the morning. Our guest today is a man who once lived in that world, a former car thief turned security consultant. He's here to share his insights and maybe, just maybe, help us all sleep a bit easier at night. So, what was it like being a car thief? It was a game of cat and mouse, he tells us. You had to be smart, quick, and always one step ahead. Cars, he explains, were not just vehicles, but puzzles waiting to be solved. And how did they choose their targets? We looked for the path of least resistance, he says. An unlocked door, a window left slightly ajar, a car parked in a dark, deserted area. These were all invitations. But what about car alarms? Those were just noise, he chuckles. Most people ignored them anyway. What really deterred us were the unseen security measures. The immobilizers, the tracking devices, those were the real game changers. He goes on to explain that the sight of a steering wheel lock would often make him move on to the next car. It just wasn't worth the hassle, he admits. And a car with a blinking security light, that was a no-go. We didn't know whether it was a bluff or not.
Yeah, guys, I know I've had my car stolen a couple times. I was like, oh, man, this is crazy. I lived in Colorado when I was back there. You leave your car running. I'm going to go ahead and run over go over a little story I had with having my car stolen. That's why I want to put that on there too. Make sure you always park in a lighted area. Don't leave that bad boy running. Shit, if you even got like a really good kill switch on it, that would be nice to have. That way you could just turn that thing off, or even make sure you have a tracker like what are those things? The Apple trackers. You can put one of those in your ride to check those things. But make sure it's well lit up. Even have the flashing lights in it. Some people say that bar works across that too, so I don't know. But when I got mine stolen, it was sitting in the front yard and it was snowing, so I had it out running. I had the truck running, and then it was snowing out, so I wanted to heat it up. And then when I came back out, someone had taken my car and left with it. It was one of the kids from the high school down the road that had taken my truck, so I was like, dang, that is crazy. Ended up finding a couple days later down the road. Luckily, they didn't do much to it, but man, these people are pretty crazy. You just don't think it could happen to you, but you can still get robbed. They can come and take your car. It's pretty crazy. So we'll go ahead and finish the rest of that video. Make sure you guys protect your car. Don't let that thing get robbed.
Security features. If it doesn't have any, invest in some. Park in well-lit, busy areas, and never ever leave valuables in plain sight. In summary, car security is not just about alarms and locks, it's about making your car a less appealing target. Use your car's built-in security features, invest in additional ones if necessary, and always be mindful of where and how you park your car. And remember, the goal is not to make your car theft-proof, but to make it less attractive than the car parked next to it. As we wrap...
That's another thing, guys. Try not to make it too flashy. If you got a flashy car, flashy whip, that's more likely to be seen. Try not to put extra things on it so you stand out. But sometimes you do that. It's all right, but you got to be careful, man. People want to get their hands on your stuff. So a little bit of safety tips there for you. Make sure you guys use all the safety precautions on your vehicle so it doesn't get stolen. And then make sure you know all the road signs out there, how to use the lines, what a yield sign is for, what a solid line is for, the stripes are for. Stuff's all important when you're driving down the road. So know all that. That way, when you're driving down the road, you can mess with your stereo the whole time like we're doing here. So let's go ahead and check out this speaker. Let's get back to some of these. It's cool I stay up on here. That way we can keep going. Might as well. I got more to do. Let's go ahead and check that. Let's see if these work. Yep. Bad boy works. All right, that one works. Let's see this next one. Let's slide this back like that. Checking all these speakers, that way we can see what's working, what's not. Put these all in the system. Sony's again. Sounds good. Toss that wire back there. Alright. Hooking up car speaker wires, make sure you hook it up correctly. You don't want to phase out your speakers and mess them up at all. So. Red is always positive, black is always negative. And these are nice connectors. You can get your hands on those. Put this other one in here. Check it out. So we got these running off a 10-year-old Pioneer stereo I got. Let's see how loud this one will get for us. Pretty loud. Let's see what it'll do. It's stressing. It's starting to stress. Now these Sonys ain't too bad, but I believe they're probably more of an 8-ohm speaker. Kind of sound like they're getting pushed a little hard. So these were from a house, from a home house theater. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna be able to get to use these for. I don't know if I could break the ohms down on these or how I could do that. But maybe I can make a nice JBL type of, or not JBL type box, but a portable Bluetooth box. So maybe I can get these, use these boxes and get a amplifier for them, build them into a little bit larger unit and have it a portable Bluetooth box. So, and they could be running at 8 ohms. I believe I got my hands. I got a little, where's that book? There it is right here. Parts Express. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they got all kind of stuff to where you can pretty much buy crossovers and amplifiers for a subwoofer or a box that you're trying to build. So I'm like trying to do that stuff, make my own custom boxes and whatnot. So what we got? Negative to negative, positive to positive. Appreciate y'all checking out the channel. This is DIY Arch. We're out here checking all these speakers that we got. I got a 10-year-old. Let's take that one back. Sound a little different. Got a 10-year-old CD player over here that I was able to pull out. I didn't know if it's gonna work or not. I didn't want to go outside and hook it up to my car, so I went and bought a power supply converter. And that's what these two wires are the converter from an AC box plugged into the wall. It sends it to these wires and gives me my DC power, and then I can run my car audio in here. So when you go to the car audio place and they got stereos on, that's how they're running. They don't plug them into the wall. You got to plug them into these things. So I hope you guys learned a little something while we're out here. I try not to just be staring at the walls. We're always trying to do little tips, playing with some sound, learning about speakers, how to convert power, how to drive safely. I'm always trying to give tips and ideas, have a little bit of fun with it, you know. Having fun with all the music, but this one works fine too. So all these work. So these 4 Sonys are good. They are a little different though. This one not the same. These all the same. Made in Malaysia. Alright, let's see. So yeah, check out the DIY Arch. I got all kind of cool videos. teaching you about signs on the road, the best thing, good car tips, things to look for in your dash. What else we got over here? Oh, I had one where we had some really bad oil put into my car, or bad fuel put into my scooter.
Over good fuel and bad fuel. We have found that's the bad fuel today. So we were able to get our hands on a little used scooter, but they told us that the fuel had been sitting in it for a while. So we figured we'd give it a try, see what the fuel looked like. So we got us a siphon pump here, and this will allow you to get the fuel out of your tank.
We moved these four, they all work. So let me go see if I got another set.
But as you can see here, we got two completely different colors of fuel. This is what came out of it, and that's what we put back in. And once we did that, it was running just fine. Check this out. Just trash. Look at that. It's right apart. Unreal. That's for sure. Look at it. Just breaks apart to nothing. Okay, so here's a perfect example. Good clean fuel, old dirty fuel. If you got fuel that's over 2 years old, you might as well just dump that stuff out, put new stuff in your vehicle or scooters or whatever you might be running, even a lawnmower or whatnot. But we'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. We're out of here. Bye. This is the 2009 Chevy Trailblazer, and we are replacing the fan clutch on it.
I found crazy
And
speakers.
you don't have a couple of wrenches, it's time to invest in some. Otherwise, you can probably rent these at your AutoZone or something like that. So I had to get one of these, and it's going to go to this.
Yeah. What's okay? Last one was that fuel. That fuel was a mess right there.
It's also going to
Now this one right here, that tool I just rented it at the AutoZone. It was AutoZone? One of them auto parts store. I don't know which one it was. But they had them at the auto parts store, and you could rent those daily. So if you need a tool and you've seen how to do it on YouTube, just had to figure it out, and that's the way you do it. And that'll help you out quite a bit. You can learn all kind of stuff. They'll have parts. So if you tell them changing a water pump for whatever model it is, they'll have that kit that you can go and use. And it was like an oversized wrench, and I'm never going to use that again probably for another 10, 8 years. And if I could just rent it from them, and actually it don't cost anything. You just got to give them the down payment of like $40, and as long as you bring it back, then they just give you all your money back. So as long as it don't come back damaged, they just give it right back. So if you need to rent a part from the auto parts store to like fix a water pump, like I did in that video, then just head over to your auto parts store. Say I got a 2009 Trailblazer and I need to change the water pump, and they'll bring you out the. I need the kit to. Do you guys have the rental kit to get that done? And they'll bring out this big giant wrench in a box. Whichever that one is. Yeah, that big old wrench they pull out, put that in the box.
This bad boy's going to bite on here.
Yeah, and that thing will go all the way down to your pump.
We're going to grab this. I have no idea what this does, but all of a sudden it came to me.
See, look at this, like a socket in there.
It's going to pretty much lock.
So if you guys want to know how to change your water pump, you can go ahead and check out this video, and it'll give you an idea, because a lot of them have this key that you need to use on these big old bolts. So if you want to try that and you got the energy to go for it, so, and the reason I did it, normally I'm like, that's too much work. But I did this because they wanted $500, I'm not even joking, they wanted $500 to replace my water pump at the same shop that I went to where they wouldn't fix my AC. And I went to the shop, and that was actually the last time I've been to that shop, is when I asked them to do this, which is funny we're watching this, because it was just, today I went back to them, and finally I said, well, they're so close, I got to give them another chance. And they failed again. So I went to the shop next to my house, gave them another chance to do some work for me, and they failed. All right, I got a little speaker here that I found, but it has a plug-in. So instead of a plus and a negative, it's got one of these. So what you do is you cut this off. So we can cut this sleeve off of here. So yeah, if you need to go to your auto parts store to get some parts, they'll rent them to you for dirt cheap. But I got this speaker, and it came and it actually went to a car, a house theater thing, and it had a plug like this instead of the wires, which is pretty fancy, but I don't have nothing like that. So what I'm going to do is just take the outer part of it out. And then that should pull all these apart. What's good?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
Good. Around here?
Nice. How'd everything go?
Good.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
I'm over here busting out live.
Sweet. Heck
Stereo's
yeah.
working.
What?
How's it going,
Oh,
man?
chilling, yeah.
Nice.
How you going? Heck
Well,
yeah.
keep it running.
I like this system here. What?
Oh,
That
it's
is
totally
dope.
running, yeah.
Heck yeah. You got this propped up? That's slick.
All right. So
It's
the
good,
stereo's working.
Dope.
And I was checking these out. I was going over like some videos that we got to learn
Sweet.
tips and getting the renting that part we did with the plumb for the water pump.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And what's funny, I was there like we were just there, so we went and it was like 4 years ago. I went to that same place
Right.
to have them work on the water pump, and they wanted $500.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we just went there a week ago, and then they don't even want to work on our stuff. So that was the second time I gave them a chance to come and work with me.
Right.
And then they're like, "Nah, we don't want it." And the other time they want 500. Now you don't even want to work with them, which is crazy. So I gave that company twice. I don't even want to say their name. I might get in trouble for that. But
We
yeah,
need
so,
them paid promotions.
yeah. So I just watched that video where I ended up going to a the auto parts store and
Right.
just renting the part and getting it done myself.
How you
For
do it,
$500.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta save some money somehow. I like that.
That's how you do it.
Hey.
Hey,
Cool. Heck yeah, man.
sweet y'all.
Sweet.
I'll probably do this one. I'm probably just about ready to wrap this bad boy up too. Been on for a minute.
Alright.
Yeah, so let me check this last one out. Positive to positive,
Boom.
negative to negative. What?
Shazam. Like a magic trick.
Look at the grounds is hanging out. So this is from, it was hooked like that.
Oh, what? You just
Yeah,
sneak
so
it
the
like
outer one is gonna be your ground. And then it's always your red that's your hot wire. So I'll just cut that piece off. And then as long as you leave that much piece, then you can cut this back and still use it for
that?
something
Right.
if you
Do
want.
something else, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little plastic thing over it. Melt it.
So that works. I'll just see that one. Yeah, I was gonna check one more here. But I'll be putting the videos up and come back with like 20 like that.
Sweet, heck yeah.
Might as well. Alright. Let's see what this does. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all. Heck yeah.
That one worked. We had all kinds of speakers around.
Oh yeah. You got the top.
But we can turn the AC down because I turned it back up.
Got you.
It's too cold. That's why I turned it down if you want to freak out on it. Sweet, y'all. Good to see you.
Cool, I love that.
Wrap this up. Looks like we're all complete here.
Cool.
That's crazy. Runs. Definitely runs. All right, well, that speaker worked too.
Pull this clamp back.
So I'm not sure what's in here or how we're even going to get to that one, but it does work. Man, they made this thing like a brick house. I've never seen a speaker box like that. We actually got this at a garage sale or something. There's like 4 more. I just can't find them.
Them 2 bolts you take off. This will be
Yeah,
cut
so these are
loose. All
set.
you have to do is make sure you get this plastic
All right, we'll put these away.
little tube connection right here. Told you take this belt off and you can easel this whole thing out. Once you get it out,
Nice.
you'll see there's your clutch plate.
All right, that one worked.
And we'll put a picture of that up later, but you got your clutch plate. You'll see
So that's another one. You completed. It's a lot of speakers.
bolts. So you'll need a 13, a 10, a monkey wrench, and a tub to collect your antifreeze.
That's how you change your water pump. That saved me $500. I think I ended up paying maybe $40 for the pump and another, and I just used the rental on the parts. So yeah, so guys, make sure you check out the DIY Arch channel. If you need any kind of products, they're in the links below. But I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's been a couple hours, so I need to get going on to the next videos. So hit that subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. If you need some good products, go ahead and check out the description. We're out of here.